man is not born knowing the road. He wakes to a silence full of questions. The world offers comfort, soft beds, loud crowds, easy lies, but something in his bones refuses to sleep. So he walks, through doubt, through failure, through the long night when no one claps. Purpose is not waiting in a distance, it is hammered out in the dark, blow by stubborn blow. And one day the fight answers, not with glory, not with applause, but with a quiet truth. The man who kept going became the reason he began. I had an interesting conversation with a 50-year-old man yesterday, and he said to me that he doesn't like his job. He feels like he has no purpose. He said he was thinking of taking his early retirement out at 60, but he would get taxed on it, so he's just going to wait a few more years. And he asked me, do I have any hobbies? Well, I said, yeah, I'm a personal trainer, and I also go to the gym, and I'm always doing some sort of physical activities. And he was asking me what gym I train at, etc. And I was just talking, and I was trying to take in what he was saying, and I ended up suggesting that he reads The Way of a Superior Man, because I feel like that book every man needs to read, because if you feel lost, that book will help. So let's talk about him not having purpose at 50 years of age. So he's making a living, he's doing well, but he has no meaning, he has nothing to offer to anyone. You can be 50 years of age, and now it's harder to really strip back your identity and your ego to find out who you are and why are you on this earth. What is your purpose? At 50 years of age, you've been through life experiences. You're halfway through life at this point. When you're younger, like myself and majority of people that are watching this, you've still got vitality. We're still learning and studying, and we recover faster, we can take in more information. These are technically the best years of our lives because we're fresh. Let's just get that straight, we're fresh. So I was thinking about the conversation all day in the van. I was thinking about purpose. Why do so many of us never get to reach our purpose? Why are so many people unhappy in life? How do you even find your purpose? So there's two ways you can be assigned your purpose, and you can create your purpose with the raw material that you've been born with. For example, we all got tendencies, characteristic traits, wounds, like things that have happened to us, like relationships and how we've grown up. Just who you kind of are as a person. You can package yourself up and live your purpose through that. For example, Mike Tyson, we all know Mike Tyson, become the world's greatest champion, world's greatest fighter in the world in heavyweight boxing. But if you look at his characteristics, he's aggressive, he's dominant, he's assertive, he's dangerous. He's dangerous. Now, we all know that Mike Tyson was out here robbing, sticking people up, burgling houses. He's even been in prison. Now, when he is not using his gift, that becomes destructive. He's out of control. He's a danger to society. When he packaged his gift up and is consistent in training, is using his aggression, is controlling his aggression and is using it for the sport that he's training in, now he becomes a world champion. Now he becomes the best because he's using his gifts in the right way. So a lot of us have got gifts and natural gifts, but we don't know how to package it up. You have the raw ingredients, but it's down to you to cook them. Your purpose has layers and we have to delve into them. Now, can every gift make money? So can everyone's purpose make them money? The answer is no. But if you use it with economics, it can. So you have to find a way to use your gifts to make money, because not everyone's gifts is what you think it is. There's some people gift that it might just be raising the children, raising a family, being the best person you can for their environment, for their community, people that are community workers, that are helping out, running events or running charities. That is enough for them. And that gift, for example, a lot of them charities are free. So they might not be making money because it's free work they're doing. However, they're gaining respect from the community, from people, and that's enough for some people. And you can live your life and everyone, and realistically, it's good deeds and it's good sacrifice. So yeah, not everyone's gifts will turn into monetization. Not everyone's gifts will make them money. But it's what it does for your soul and for yourself. And when you are sharing and giving to the people, all that is good karma and it will come back to you. So not everyone's gifts will be monetized, but you can find your gift and bring that gift out of you, because you're already born with it. It's just the raw materials, and you need to be able to package yourself up, and you'll know what to do. But you have to go into it, lean into it, and not run away, because I feel like a lot of you guys are scared of your potential. You know what you're capable of doing, but you're scared. You don't want to resist who you are. You have to be serious and dedicated to your craft. Let me take these glasses off. Don't be scared of your gift, yeah? Don't be scared of who you are. You need to stand in your power. Your purpose comes before pleasure. Don't allow yourself to be distracted instead of focused on your craft and focused on yourself. The guy asked me, do I like my job? If I work hard at my job, I'll make a living. If I work hard on myself, I'll make a fortune. The work I'm doing outside of my job hours is going to make me a fortune. All the skills that I'm learning now. This is the apprenticeship phase I am going through right now. I'm in my 20s. Right now we're soaking up as much knowledge. We're learning as many skills as we can. And we're going to package everything up. And all of these skills will serve us down the line. I've got a tattoo and it says, not all those who wander are lost. Not all those who wander are lost. And do you know what that means? There's times when you're going through phases in life and you think you're lost. You're not. You're wondering. You're soaking up skills. You're soaking up knowledge. You're building up yourself. You're building up your character. You're forging your identity. You're also peeling back the layers. If you want to be better, learn as much as you can. Don't run away from knowledge. Soak up as much information as you can. Guys, I want to be as transparent as possible. I've seen people that fail to develop themselves. I've been in situations where I've watched people, they're basically killing themselves every day because they're failing to upgrade their lifestyle. I've seen people that are failing to plan their lives and wondering why things ain't going the way. You're not intentional with your actions. If you want to become the type of person that people can rely on, you need to be able to rely on yourself first. I've seen people that are moaning that things ain't going the way, but they're not doing anything to change it. Can you live in your purpose and be happy? Yes, you can. But do you know what happens when people say they're happy? Is you can be happy or you can have happy moments. Because sometimes when you're happy, you're not really doing anything that's putting resistance on yourself, that is edging you forward. You're not leaning above your edge. So you can be happy but incompetent. You can be happy and chilling watching TV. But when you're actually working on your goals and working on yourself, there's going to be times where you're stressed, only because you're putting pressure on yourself to excel, to succeed. Now, you're actually really more happy when you are challenging yourself and you're working towards your goal, because you know why you're doing what you're doing, and it's actually going to reward you greater in the long run. So I have happy moments a lot, and when I'm working on myself and I'm educating myself and I'm learning and I'm working on my goals, I'm happy, because I can see myself growing and developing and becoming more Malik, because I'm working on myself. So yeah, there's, in the pursuit of peace and in the pursuit of success, it's a challenging road, but every man needs to be working on his goal, working on himself, because when you have no mission, you're just decaying, you're eroding. There's a lot of guys that are eroding in life. They are not doing nothing with themselves. They're doing the same stuff that they've been doing years ago, rotting away. There's some people in prison that are living better than people out here that have technically got everything the world's got to offer. Why? Because they're mentally prisoned. They're mentally in a cage. They put themselves in a cage because they're failing to grow. You see, why do you think so many people go back to prison? Because when they're in prison, they're not planning their life on the outside. They actually just tunnel vision of what's going on. They're actually failing to sit down and think about their careers and what do they want for themselves. The amount of times I've walked the yard and I'm chatting to guys, and remember, I've always had this mindset. So when we used to walk the yard, these are like the best times where you can just walk and chat and you get to know everyone and you get to understand how people think. And when I used to walk and talk with people, I thought, yeah, you've got a lot of growing up to do. You've got a lot of growing up to do, because people are just immature and they don't even think about what they're even saying. They're just rushing the words. They're not even thinking. They're not even thinking before they speak. Guys have never sat down and wrote down the thoughts or wrote down the ideas of what they want to do or what they think about doing. I have to squeeze it out of people, and then I'll be like, wow, interesting. I got one guy, one of my friends, I love him, yeah, he's a stubborn guy. He's a guy that you can't tell him nothing. But I used to talk about driving. He's never had a driving license. He's a lot younger than me. And a lot of these guys don't have driving licenses. And you just tell him, yo, how have you not got a driving license? Oh, bro, I just drive stolens and And I'm like, bro, but if you had a car, you'll be more useful. You'll become more valuable. You'll be able to make more money. Long story short, I didn't think he was taking in the information I was giving him, but he was downloading everything. And when he come home, he done his theory within a month, and he was driving within 2 months. And my man sent me a picture of his driving test, and that moment made me happy, because I was like, yeah, he took in all the information I gave him, and it made me happy. I was thinking, alright, I won't waste my words with him. He was downloading everything. He was thinking about it, and then he did it, and he got to it. And then I was even in the car with him. You know what I'm saying? I was even with him in his car, and it was just a full circle moment, because of where we just was and then where we are now at that present situation. And he did that work. He did that work. He would have never thought of himself to get a driving license, because he's been driving illegally for years, so he technically doesn't need to. Because he can drive already, he doesn't need a license. But the thought that he did it, and now he's legal, and now he's making more money, and now he's more useful to himself and to everyone else. And you don't have to drive paranoid thinking, oh, I'm going to have to take chase. Because now he's legal, you can take a pull. So yeah, you have to just download information and make what works for you. But the purpose of this conversation is to let you know that you have the raw material to do well and succeed in your life. But it's up to you to use this raw material, cut it up and package it together, and you will do well. But yeah, you have to package up your material and you will do well. So yeah, like I'm saying, guys, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe on this video. Let me know what you think. If there's any topics that you want me to talk about, I'm happy to, you know, take what you're saying and do this in the next video. But yeah, make sure you subscribe. Over and out. Milks.